How's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's doing good. Hopefully this is working good. I'm not able to check it, but it says we're going and we are live. I had to shut the door because my daughter's on the phone and I didn't want to hear, and I didn't want to hear her conversation. So let's go going. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is the end of August. We are going into September. So this reading is August 30th through September 5th. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe summer is just about over. We're getting into Labor Day. Hopefully you'll be able to watch this at some point in time. I don't have really any announcements. I'm in the middle of editing some videos. But I do have something interesting to share with you. Let me see if I can find it. So this weekend, and I'm going to do a video on this just for people who don't know anything about it. So this weekend I get to go, I did an event, and it had to do with reading auras. I don't know if you can see this very clearly, but it was really, really cool because they did a whole book and all that kind of stuff on your auras and your chakras. And this lady and her husband have been doing it for quite a few years. And her name is Carolyn White. The name of her book here, I'll back it up. But this was really interesting event. I learned a lot about not only chakras and energies and how off balance I was, but the other thing too was I learned a lot even just from this short little event. So I bought her book so I could learn more. So I'm going to share that with you in a little bit. So if you ever want a chakra or energy reading or a reading, here in the Northwest, they live in Washington, and they do this kind of stuff. But I'm sure somebody in your area would definitely do a reading for you. But they use equipment, and it was fun. So I'll share that with you in a video coming up. Please comment if you would like me to do a whole video on it, or if you just want me to share the blurb with you while I do your reading. That would be great. Because something I sometimes like, maybe people don't really want to know about. Or maybe I can't explain it very good either. So anyways, let's get started. For those of you who are brand new, welcome. This is a general reading, which means it may resonate with you. Parts of it may resonate with you, or it may not resonate with you. Just don't get discouraged if it doesn't, because the message is not for you, but for somebody else who is watching. So definitely don't get discouraged. Come back, because it might be something that you're not working through, but somebody else is. So I do current energies, future energies. I also pull an extra special card, Divine's Energies, because this is Divine Driven, Divine Guided. This is for you if you're going through a struggle, having a question, you're on the fence about something. This is his message to you directly. So he might be sending it through an angel or whatever. I don't know how he works in that sense. I just know he works. So let's get going. Again, this is for the 30th of August through the 5th of September. Woo! I cannot believe this. It is getting crazy, crazy. All right, so the first energy out for the Divine's card and the message to you is it's a number 5. So it's either something really new and you're novice at, and they're saying be patient, because it is a beautiful uncaging. Maybe something has come to you that is, either out of the blue and you're just like, or maybe you're saying, well, I want to try that. I want to do something with that. And this might be that, because the numerology part of this card is about something being unstable, not clear, not balanced, just not quite there yet. So the author for this card, though, however, it says, at this time, you're being called to assess where guilt is playing a part in your life. Recognize how it is affecting you and others and address it so you can release yourself from its grip. Guilt is a powerful emotional state capable of transforming difficult situations. It keeps you accountable for your actions when you've done something that causes harm. However, it can also feed a self-sabotaging cycle that fosters codependency and a distorted sense of personal power. Self-blame can lead to behaviors that perpetuate low self-worth. All right. So, and then she just talks about if you've done this or if you've done that. So, really, what is it that maybe something has happened? Sometimes we say things that we really shouldn't say, or we didn't mean to say, or it came out wrong. Those kind of a thing. Definitely with that. We have the number 14. And I'm going to read this one here. This is your current energies because I have not used this deck for a while. I mean, I use it occasionally, but I have not had this card come up. So we have the number 8 on this one, and this is about your progress. So something's going on with you that maybe you feel guilty about or you shouldn't have said. So let me just get a refresher on this card. Again, I have not used it in a long time. So whenever you set your sights too far ahead, you run the risk of losing your footing. For rarely do the present and the future match up exactly in the chanted map that is your life story. The future has no substance right now. It is a place that has no grounding yet. You can't live there. Yet you can take measured steps towards a goal or a dream. The steps are important now. The same goes for nostalgia. You cannot look into the past wistfully and can remember beautiful moments or revisit lessons learned. However, you cannot live there, nor can you go back and change what was. So it's basically living in the present. Whatever we did or whatever we're doing or ever how we're making things happen, this is a progress. This is something that we are learning to do. This is just our lessons in our journey, right? So we want to live by a higher vibration, higher energy, which means a higher self, which we want to do righteous things. We want to do things of high integrity, morals, and values. We want to be honest. We want to be loyal. We want to be loving. We don't want to be mean and cruel and all that kind of thing. However, sometimes it's really hard to do that when we can't see the future. And I'll tell you that this is right now in our world of all this pandemic revisiting us again. This is where we have to look at now and not so far into the future. I can't make really big plans or goals with my business or whatever I'm doing. I just can do for what's now. And I can and hope for really good things because we're right in the middle of a storm again. This is future energy. We're in a storm. This is the number 9. The number 9 is actually at the forefront. It's very intense. It's going to be ending because nothing really lasts. And as a storm, you could be either getting ready to go in a storm, or you're in a storm, or you're coming out of a storm. So this is just something of the storm fields that is happening. So what is it that you're going into? And basically what this card even tells us, this is actually prepare us, say, hey, just, you know what? Life doesn't come at you without having challenges and struggles. That's what I'm getting you ready for. This is what I'm preparing you for. It's better to be proactive than reactive, right? So for somebody here, the divine's messages, if you did something that makes you feel guilty, only you can feel guilty, but you can correct that. So if you've done something, said something, or maybe somebody has said that to you, you can't change. Like if somebody said something mean to you, you can't ask them, well, you need to apologize. That has to come from the heart and the spirit. But us ourselves, we can look at things and say, you know what? Oh my gosh, I should have never said that. I need to go apologize. That's sort of what this card is saying here. Okay. And we need to do that in this current future because the number 8 is about our progress and our rewards. And when we do that, when we go ask for forgiveness, hey, I'm really sorry, it's really hard to take the words back because you put them out there. Its energy has already been expelled. The words were already heard or whatever it was, and hurt has already been felt. So you cannot, retract the movie. You can't go backwards and rewind and cut that part out and edit it out and then start again. You can't. Again, that's just, as my mother used to say, it's like a fresh loaf of bread. You have this beautiful fresh loaf of bread. It's whole. It smells good. You really want to eat it. But every time somebody hurts you or says something, you put a cut in it. There goes a slice and another slice and another slice. Before you know it, that loaf of bread is still whole, but it has so many cuts in it, it's never going to be the same. That's what happens when we use words that we really shouldn't be saying to somebody, hurtful words. That's why it's really important to think, because this will definitely create storms. It's more destructive. That's what the low vibrations want. We want the destructive. We want the things that pull us apart, things that go like that. So whatever that is, I don't know who that's for. But this is definitely something in the forefront that's eating at somebody's burden. We'll see if we get the 10 of Wands here. Well, we have the Queen of Swords in our first card out, definitely. It's about truth, asking for the truth. Oh gosh, I thought I turned that off. Sorry about that. Let me turn that off. My desk is a mess. I'm doing 3 projects today, so I apologize. If you can see my mess, I'm deeply sorry. Queen of Swords is definitely about truth, getting to the truth. Now, it's not the king, so, you know, truth is there. However, you know, it can still have a hidden side to it. Yeah, definitely. We have the Fool is the second card. Somebody younger, somebody more creative, somebody that is actually sort of puts their words before they think in this case. Okay, so this is somebody who puts their words before they think. They're younger. Um, Even though it's not intentional, uh, this is something that really needs to be paid attention to. It's a learning process for somebody to know. It could be a social issue. Maybe somebody's not very social, somebody's too social, somebody thinks they're better than somebody else. That's definitely not the truth. Nobody is better than anybody. Um, that's just the way God made us. We're all equal in His eyes. All right. So let's see what the others. Okay. Oh. So let's go back to this guilt or uncaging of something. I don't know what this is for somebody. It's just basically releasing it. So we are in the full moon to the waning, or to the, so we're in the waning. This is a time to release. We're getting ready to go into the new moon, a time to release. 5, 6, 7. So we have, with this, if you notice, the Fool is facing the Queen of Swords, right? He's facing that, so there's somebody there that actually has maybe caused a problem that did the Ten of Swords, which ended really, really quick. Sometimes when we say things, some people back off and take time to release, take time to think about things, but somebody will say, fine. It's like if you tell somebody, you know what, I want you to leave and never come back. You know, like you're in a relationship and you say something like that, and they're like, fine. And I'll tell you, men will do this. They'll never come back. Some of them will. So for whatever this is that's going on, either you or something happened to you, or that something maybe you have done by mistake or accident, or something said something by mistake or accident. It is definitely bringing a hardship. It really is bringing a hardship. And in the what's really hard for me to see is the Three of Cups right at the center of your reading. Because the Three of Cups, it's supposed to be about celebration, getting to know each other, getting to handle each other, getting to love each other, getting to be around each other, but it's just sort of not there at the moment. It can come back. It definitely come back. Because we have the Eight of Cups and then we have the Eight of Wands. Somebody just felt like they were being attacked. Somebody felt like they were being a victim. Somebody felt like that they were just sort of in that sense of, what am I doing? What am I doing this for? Why am I in this? Because all you do is say bad things, negatives, talk against me, that kind of a thing. I don't know who this is for, but definitely somebody is sure feeling attacked. There was like a really joyful part of this, and then it just went, I don't know what it is. Ooh, I'm having a hot flash, guys. So if I turn bright red, it's I'm having a hot flash. The challenge card here, which is a lot of people's challenge, is that the High Priestess is your challenge card. Okay, the High Priestess is about spirituality and about your spirit side. So somebody's really not paying attention to that, or they're so caught up in the world and what's going on, they're paying attention to the news, they're paying attention to what's going on around them. They're not focusing in on themselves, in actually how they're handling themselves or how they're articulating themselves. Ooh, this artist hits home. I'm a Virgo, so the thing is that it is definitely not looking to the higher side in how you portray yourself out. So this is something that we want to sort of pull our reins back on the horse and say, you know what, I need to be looking at myself and how I can create a solution for this, or create something to happen better out of this, or what part can I do in this? I don't know who that's for. What part? Because you're headed for a storm, or you're coming out of one, or you're going into one. But it's the number 9, so I'm going to say you're going into one, or you're in one of the ways. And we've got 5, 8, and 9. So things are really unstable, but they can come back together. They definitely can come back together. Let me see what we got here. I would really like to find out, get a clarification on this 10 of Swords, what this might be. Do 10 of Swords and the Fool. Of who, what, and who this might be. Okay. So we're looking at the 10 of Swords, getting clarification on that. And what I'm looking at is the Queen of Pentacles, the 7 of Wands, and the 5 of Pentacles. So this has to do with maybe money. It might have to do with things that money can buy, material things that definitely are fighting over. And somebody's going to lose. And the reason what I'm meaning is that somebody's going to, let's say, like if it's a boat, say you guys both bought a boat together, one of them's going to get the boat and the other one's not, kind of a thing. And this is where this one person is feeling completely left out. It's like, you know what, I put all this energy into it, I put all this, investment into it, and now you're leaving me with nothing. Again, very unstable. It is very unstable energies here. All right. Definitely fighting, definitely. But it did have to do with 2 people, and it had to do with something with money. It's almost like to the point where if somebody was loaning money to somebody and they said, well, I'll pay you back when my taxes come in. Yeah, right. And the thing is that they never paid them back. So if you gave money to somebody, or they gave you money, and it's not being paid back, this is creating a huge rift. And the truth is not being told. It's sort of like here where this person is young or naive or manipulative or not a very good person. And they say, well, I'll pay you back when my taxes come in. Well, the taxes come in, they get a big lump of money, they don't pay you, and you go back and say, hey, you were supposed to pay me, from your tax money. What happened? And, oh, well, I had bills, I had this, I had that. And then you find out they bought a boat or did something sort of underhanded, and they didn't pay you back. This is a priority. This is where the truth is not coming in, that, somebody's not being honest. And that definitely will maybe end up on Judge Judy. If you see all those people, I'll pay them back when I get my taxes. I'll pay them back when I get my taxes. This is really very unstable friendship or relationship or whatever here. Again, your challenge card is the High Priestess. Make sure you're looking towards Spirit in how to resolve this, not to the world, because somebody's looking at the world. They're not looking at, okay, it's $100. I'm just going to let it go, but I know I'm never going to trust that person again. And again, it might be that, it's a big enough amount of money that you want to teach them a lesson. Remember, when you want to teach somebody a lesson or make them accountable, that you're doing it for more spiritual reasons and not earthly, because that's what keeps us bound to those negative, low vibrational energies. I was completely wrong from a company. I took it to the labor board. The labor board investigated it, said, nope, we're not going to investigate it. I have to let it go. That's a worldly thing, because karma's a bitch, guys. It'll come back to them. I've seen it many, many a times. And the thing is that they're the ones that are so worldly, they're not going to see what it is. Okay, so we have the Knight of Wands. I'm wanting to get a clarification, please, on the Fool. Please. Clarification on the Fool, please. So on the clarification, this is again, Knight of Wands. Before I go to the clarification, there is clarification. The Knight is facing this Definitely there is a solution. Night is about communication. Night is about something coming new in communication. Maybe somebody's going to fess up and tell the truth, because that's your first card out. Somebody needs to fess up and tell the truth, because it really screwed up a friendship or relationship. It really, really did. And again, we're looking at somebody's guilt here. We're looking at somebody feeling guilty, somebody feeling that they know they did something wrong. Either they're going to fess up to it or they're not, but they've got the key to unlock that. They've got the key to say, hey, I'm sorry. They got the key to do that kind of a thing. And it's in the now energy to do that. Okay, it's in the now. It's not in the future so much, but we do have both these cards together where they say, don't look at the future so much, look at what's going on now. Take care of the storm that's at hand now, because this is definitely a learning experience. For the Fool card, this is definitely a learning experience for somebody. This is definitely, thank you. So what I'm hearing is that they've never really been called on the carpet. You know how some people are really strong and they get away? Well, let me back that up. Let me use me hypothetically, okay? Because some women are not as strong as I am in some things, okay? And if somebody wants to lie and get away with something, I don't let them. I make them accountable for it. So some people cannot be made accountable because of fear. So it's like, oh, you know what? They were lying to me. Call them on it. Call them on it. If they're lying to you, call them on it. There's no problem with that, because this is definitely a lesson for this person. Call them on it. This is a lesson. If you don't make them accountable, they're just going to keep doing it over and over and over again. So if they said they were going to loan you, they were going to pay you back from some money or whatever it is, and they don't, you have to make them, if you make them, I shouldn't say you have to, if you make them accountable for it, then you will show them that some people are not going to let you get away with crap, kind of a thing. Okay, so for the Fool also, they're definitely missing out. So we have the Three of Pentacles, we have the Five of Cups, and then we have the Ten of Cups. So this has to do with their heart. Their heart is very unstable, very broken, very off balance, and they're focused in on all the low vibrational stuff. They're focused in on, how do I get this? How do I manipulate it? How do I get this happen for me? Not narcissistic, guys, but just something to be more about me. And if it's money, then, I hate to say it, I used to be that way. I used to be, oh, I'll pay you back, I'll pay you back. And I never did. So when I made my life completely right and turned it around, I made a list of the people who I owe money to, and I started paying them back. And I asked for forgiveness. So they're definitely in that mode where they're not thinking about other people and what money really is to somebody else. And they're really missing out on the Ten of Cups. They're not getting that. All right. They're just not getting that. Huge, huge lesson for somebody. Whew. I would not want to be in their shoes. Would not. Again, the High Priestess is the challenge card. So the High Priestess is about looking at spirituality, and is it really worth it? Is it really worth it to go after them? Are you going to be involved with them ever again? Are you going to be around them? Are you going to let them in your circle again? Are you, are their values, morals, and integrity the same as yours? Yeah, these are things that you want to look at. Trust me, my mother used to be a sue happy woman. She used to okay, well, they did that, I'm going to go sue them. I did this. And I'm like, Mom, really? Seriously? Because some things, yes, some things were really valuable. I mean, she was injured from her job, and they didn't want to take care of her, and she was she couldn't walk for 20-some years. So that's legit. But if it's $50, $25, well, you just learn never to loan money to them again. And you just keep on moving. And then you just wait until karma bites them in the butt and you'll get to watch it. Trust me, I've seen that many a times. All right, so we have the Ten of Wands, Three of Cups. Again, the Three of Cups and the Two of Wands. Again, this is about your future. This is about your burden, releasing a burden. Okay, definitely this is about to release a burden, guys. So whatever this is that somebody either did to you recently, or that you're you did or something, just release it. And if it was you doing it by mistake or whatever, just go and ask for forgiveness and say, you know what, I'm really sorry, whatever. But I really feel like the energy is coming to you that this is happening, and or this storm is beginning to happen with two people. And what's interesting is the Three of Cups are showing up again in the center of these three cards, and it's like the joy is just being sucked right out. Okay, it's like the joy is being sucked right out. And the Two of Wands is again about your future. This is about thinking forward, but remember, we don't want to think too far forward. Just live for today. Okay, so I don't know what this is, but it definitely has to do with very unstable. It's not happy. This is a time where really you have to self-evaluate what your next move is going to be, even though what you're thinking about right at the moment is more important. Okay, so you want to get back on your mindset of growing from spirit, not from your head, because your head's going to say, oh, I want revenge, I want them to pay, I want this, I want that, I want that. But what is your spirit saying? Is this an earthly thing or is this a spiritual thing? Because it's definitely throwing the whole apple cart and balance off. It's throwing the whole apple cart and balance off. All right. And I hope this isn't in a marriage or love relationship. I hope that, because everything can be repaired. Everything can be restored. It just won't be the exact same as it was, because we go back to that beginning when I was talking about the loaf, because the loaf is no longer a fresh whole loaf. It's been cut. And I don't know how many times it's been cut, but if this is the same person that is doing the same thing over and over and over and over, time to cut them out, because there's some mold on that bread that needs to be cut out and removed. I don't know how to put it any other way. I like to do visuals, as you guys know. So, all right. But wow, this is going to be, an interesting week. This is definitely a learning week for somebody. This is an eye-opening week for somebody. Somebody's going to have their eyes open to the actual truth of the matter, of the integrity and character of another person, and the learning experiences of that person with lower integrity and lower values, and likes to do things they are not supposed to do, and be more destructive. This is going to be a learning process for them, definitely. So there's going to be keys used, as the divine says, in both ways. So it will be a little bit unstable. The air will be a little bit unstable. So just be kind to yourself. That's all you can do is, lift yourself up. You can control yourself. You cannot control others and what they do. All right, lift yourself up. Keep yourself in the positive, high vibrations, high energies, because karma will come back. All right, let's see. Now we're going to go to love and relationships, and hopefully this isn't the same one. All right, so love and relationships could be you're single. It's okay, because we're all looking for love, right? That's what every single person on this earth wants, is love. That's what we seek. That's what we fight over. That's what we want. That's what we desire. All right, so we have the Well Watcher, wisdom, power of the divine. Okay. So when you look at the Well Watcher, you sort of like, what do you think of that? When you hear that, what do you think? So they watch the well? No, they actually pay attention and analyze. So it's about wisdom and the power of the divine. This is, again, we got to step back into what is most important for this relationship. Is it really getting down and winning the fight, or is it actually the power of, okay, I can use this and help me to learn about this person, and I might not agree with it, but you know what? I don't have to win this one. I don't have to win this one. And that is the wisdom part of it. Okay, because what you're looking for in the number 7 here, because it's also the number 7, what we're looking for is to have the potential for it to grow and be lifted up. If we fight about the same things all the time, over and over, why do we keep having to beat this? Why do you keep bringing this up? La, 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 la. However, that really stifles us. And what are we fighting about? Are we fighting about something materialistic, earthly that we'll never be able to take with us? Is it, or are we fighting about something that really has value and morals and integrity and memories and things like that, that we literally will take on to this next dimension when we pass this dimension? Literally, you will be able to. That, why do you think the angels and people talk about, um, what do you call it? I was going to say revelations, reincarnation, because we wonder, okay, we have memories, clips and pieces of maybe a past life, or, I can hear my mom in the other realm, and it's like, how can I do that? So that we move on, because if she wasn't going to remember, why would she remember to tell me to do something? So we have our memories that we move on. What is important to you? So have faith in your dreams, and your dreams of love, compassion, bonding together, quality time. I'd say quality time is the most priceless thing that you can. That's the biggest wisdom of all, is we do not realize how short our time is here, and the power of the divine, of what he can do and change, not only in us, but in our relationships with each other. It's amazing. So have faith in that. Have faith in your dreams. But remember, you have to look in the mirror when we look at those dreams, because you're the one that can create those dreams to happen along with divine. So if you want love and you want your relationship to grow, if you're single and you're looking for a relationship, the energies that you put off, just like I was talking about this aura reading that we had this weekend, was amazing, because it shows you your aura circle, how far your aura actually expands. So when you come into a room and they say, wow, she lights up the room, she literally lights up the room, because her aura is spread out so far. So that's, and how is she doing that? Through joy, through confidence, and knowing who she is, and loving herself, and having balance in who she is. So this is what we do with our relationships. So if your relationships are sort of sour, it means you need to expand your auras. It means that you expand that energy out. And how do you do that? You lift yourself up. You feel good. You feel a joy. You feel happiness, because those are high vibrations. High vibrations move out. Low vibrations move in. Okay. Really, really interesting. Anyway, I mean, I know about energies and stuff like that, because trust me, I've been reading energies for, God, I don't know how long, since I was little. So, definitely something new. But for this relationship, expand your energies out, lift yourself up, be joyful, be happy, because there's a lot of bickering going on somewhere here. And the thing is, when people bicker, it's a lot about fear, but it's also about stubbornness, of not to understand the other person's perspective. That's all we need to do, is understand where they're coming from. If you understand it, then you can actually change something, or you make something move forward away from it. Because a lot of people, even though you love each other, doesn't mean that you're supposed to be together. But for some people, it is that you want to work at it. Love and relationships are work, all day, every day, 365 days of the year, on and on and on and on and on. So for this relationship, really, really, definitely try to find those vibrations that are going to expand your energy out, pull that bonding even closer together. All right, Virgos, that's you guys. Excuse me, this is the 30th through the 5th. You guys were my first reading for this week. I hope this was helpful. And again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Likes are really important to us, guys, because we, as creators, that's how our movies are. That's how old I am. Our videos get expanded out to the YouTube universe. So we appreciate when you like, of course, and share. And subscribe. Now, I did post some new videos down below. Please look at those. And if something resonates that you want to watch about fear, still the sexual abuse series is there. How to heal, survive, and live with sexual abuse. There's fear. There's a couple others there, if you'd like to look at those. And I have more coming. I don't know if they'll be this week. I'm hoping, but I'm trying to go camping this weekend, but don't know if that's going to happen. We'll see. Hoping. I need the energies. And I'm starting a book, and I thought this will give me time to finish my book, or at least get a couple chapters done. So I hope you guys have a great, great week. And we are moving into Virgo's. We are in Virgo's birthday month. So it'll be a lot of fun. But enjoy your week, and we will see you again on the 6th. Take care, Virgos. Don't forget to walk in absolute truth and love. Yeah, absolute truth. The Queen says absolute truth and love. Take care.